Hi kids, and welcome to Likoul platform for English lessons. Today I am your teacher, Miss Louisa Alag, and we will be handling a subject. Let's begin. Alors, comme vous savez, first of all, début قم بالتسجيل بدخول عبر الرابط ثم ادخل إلى حسابك. après مرة تدخلوا تختار المباشر من القائمة تسمى bien sûr pour moi c'est l'anglais. après quatrièmement يمكنك مشاهدة هذا البث عن المباشر على ليكول.dz. Likoul by Orido is sponsored by sponsorisé par Archos, Entertainment Your Way, Vittery, Watches and Jewelry, Aljazairiya One, and Semboise Environment. Alors, on va commencer. Bismillah. So, the text content. Alors bon, je vais commencer par lire le texte. Every second, there is a death in the world because of smoking. However, tobacco not only kills, but it decreases expectation of life, especially in poor countries. So, every second, there is a death in the world because of smoking. However, tobacco not only kills, but it decreases expectation of life, especially in poor countries. Alors, if you don't know, si vous savez pas وش معناتها smoking, معناتها التدخين. Alors, قلنا chaque seconde y a un mort, كاين موت in the world في هذا العالم because of smoking. كما نعرفوا التدخين يقتل. However, tobacco التبغ not only kills, يتسمى ماشي غير يقتل, but it decreases expectation of life, ينقص من الحياة تاعنا, especially in poor countries, surtout في les pays pauvres, في البلدان الفقيرة. The use of tobacco has considerably increased in Algeria. Smoking has got a link with poverty, stress, and passivity. So, the use of tobacco has considerably increased in Algeria. Smoking has got a link with poverty, stress, and passivity. Alors, on a dit the use of tobacco has considerably increased in Algeria. لاحظنا بأن الاستعمال تاع التبغ زاد surtout في الجزائر en Algérie, and smoking has got a link with poverty. التدخين عنده علاقة بالفقر والستريس and stress and passivity. عاشوري سارة what does decrease معناتها يتناقص ينقص كما قلنا decreases expectation of life. alors ينقص من حياتنا. Voilà, très bien. The Algerian authorities recently adopted an order to prohibit smoking in public places such as schools, hospitals, and offices. So, the Algerian authorities recently adopted an order, you're welcome Sarah, adopted an order to prohibit smoking in public places, such as schools, hospitals, and offices. Alors, الحكومة الجزائرية, the Algerian authorities, recently adopted an order to prohibit smoking in public areas. So, what does that mean? It means that الحكومة الجزائرية أعطت أمر باش يمنعوا التدخين في الأماكن العمومية public places الأماكن العمومية such as schools المدارس les écoles hospitals المستشفيات والoffices offices means des bureaux etc. And also cigarettes will be very expensive. The title of the text مازال y a des questions après on va voir pour voir le titre du texte. Donc cigarettes will be very expensive. حيطلعوا لنا في سومة تاع السجائر. Smoking معناتها تدخين fumer. So I will read the text again carefully and you have to وتبعوا معايا bien. Alors, we said every second there is a death in the world because of smoking. However, tobacco not only kills, but it decreases expectation of life, especially in poor countries. The use of tobacco has considerably increased in Algeria. Smoking has got a link with poverty, stress, and passivity. The Algerian authorities recently adopted an order to prohibit smoking in public places such as schools, hospitals, offices. And also, cigarettes will be very expensive. I hope, j'espère que vous avez compris. If there are any questions, s'il y a des questions what does passivity means? Pour être dépassé. So, قلنا smoking has got a link with poverty. التدخين عنده علاقة بالفقر, stress, and passivity. So, over here we're going to go to part 1. Reading comprehension. Alors, read the text carefully, then answer the questions. Alors, on a lu le texte. Donc, on va répondre. Is smoking good for health? هل التدخين جيد لصحتنا? Where will tobacco be prohibited? وين حيمنعوا التبغ? And give a title to the text. Alors هنايا on nous a demandé de donner un titre au texte. نمدو عنوان للنص. B. Read the text carefully, then say whether the statements are true or false. Alors, first of all, we have smoking. Très bien, Sarah. Smoking reduces people's life. Is this statement true or false? Alors, قلنا smoking reduces people's life. It means التدخين ينقص من الحياة تاع الناس. Deuxièmement, smoking is prohibited in Algeria. Smoking معناتها منعوه بات كامل في الجزائر. C. Find in the text synonyms to the following. Alors, un synonyme معناتها مرادف. Alors, for the first word we have, for example, relation. So the synonym for example and the synonym for relation. D. Find in the text words or phrases that are opposite in meaning to the following. Alors, الفوق on a dit قلنا les synonymes. هنايا we're gonna looking for الأضداد. الفوق المرادف هنا ضد opposite in meaning to the following. So the first word is private. The second word to permit. Private معناتها privé معناتها خاصة. The second one is to permit. To permit معناتها منح. So we have C. Find the synonyms for example, and relation. I can see there are some correct answers here. And D. We've got to find the opposites in meaning to the following. So we have the word private and the second to permit. For the part of mastery of language, so we have to complete this table. قولوا لي if you want to see the text. نعاود نرجع لكم le text باش تعاودوا pour répondre. نعاودوا نولوا d'accord. Alors, every second there is a death in the world because of smoking. However, tobacco not only kills, but it decreases expectation of life, especially in poor countries. The use of tobacco has considerably increased in Algeria. Smoking has got a link with poverty, stress, and passivity. The Algerian authorities recently adopted an order to prohibit smoking in public areas such as schools, hospitals, and offices. Cigarettes will be very expensive. And if we go back to our questions, alors, we have, is smoking good for health? Where will tobacco be prohibited? And to give a title to the text. Again, prohibited means المنع. And in section B, we have to say if the statements are true or false. So for the first sentence, we have smoking reduces people's life. And the second sentence, smoking is prohibited in Algeria. So state whether these statements are true or false. Again, قالوا لنا ثاني to find the synonyms for example and relation. And D, find in the text words or phrases that are opposite, ضد in meaning to the following. So we have private and to permit. Well done. Okay, so over here we have mastery. Over here we have mastery of language. So A, the first question is to complete the table. So over here, عندنا جدول. We have the column of singular words and the column of plural words. Alors, for the first word we have life, the singular of life. So the singular word is life. هنايا قسمنا قالونا to give the plural of life, الجمع. Alors singular هو المفرد, plural is الجمع. The second word is authorities. Alors هنايا عطاونا الجمع. They gave us the plural form of the word. So they gave us authorities. What is asked is for you to give the singular. So what is the singular of authorities? Alors, and the third word, troisième mot, عندنا factories. So factories is the plural form. You have to give us the singular form. And lastly, alors pour le dernier mot, عندنا poverty. So poverty is the singular form of the word, and I need the plural form. This is for section A. I'd just like to give you an example. So this is the standard form. Alors هنايا عندنا regular nouns. So I'll give you an example like book. This is as the singular. And the plural of book is books. We add an S. So this is the plural form of the word book. Mais c'est pas toujours le cas. هنايا عندنا des changements like life, the plural. We have some letters that we switch, that we replace like the F with a different letter. Alors B, complete the table correctly. So over here عندنا a table with adjectives, comparatives and superlatives. Alors adjectives, il y a un problème. Très bien. Man, the plural is men. Life, lives. Okay. So, over here we have adjectives, comparatives and superlatives. Adjectives sont des adjectifs. C'est fait. Comparatives, هنا كي نكونوا نقارنوا, we compare between two things. What is the comparative form of the adjective dangerous? And then the superlative, when something is like overlaps the other thing. And then for the second word we have better. هنا عطاونا we have the comparative form of better. So هنايا you have to give the adjective of better and the superlative of better. And for the last word we have the oldest. Over here عطاونا the superlative. Alors ce qui est demandé, you have to give the comparative and the adjective. I'll give you a quick example, like beautiful. So in the comparative, over here, how many syllables have we got? So we have 3 syllables. Beautiful. So 1, 2, 3. It all depends on the syllable. Alors, it depends. So this is a long syllable word. So we have 3 syllables. The comparative form is more beautiful. The superlative is superlative form is the most beautiful. So we always have to check the amount of syllables. Since we have 3 syllables, this is the comparative form of the adjective, and this is the superlative form. Donc, très bien. For C, what is asked is to classify these words according to the pronunciation of the final S. Alors, over here we have 4 words. Seconds, countries, prohibits, and kills. So, alors, تسمعوا bien to la prononciation تاع the final S. So, seconds, countries, prohibits, and kills. Alors, هنايا عندنا a table, عندنا جدول. The first column is S. The second is Z. And the last is. So, we have this S, this S, this S, and this S. هنايا you have to read the word carefully. نقراو الكلمة ونلاحظوا كيفاش نطقنا الأس اللي مع الآخر. alors هنايا عندنا seconds, countries, prohibits, and kills. هنايا we have the sound S, Z, and is. I can see some correct answers. C'est bien. Donc, next, we're going to part 2. Written expression. Alors, what is asked for written expression? We have write a dialogue between a doctor and a smoker. Alors, a dialogue, what does a dialogue mean? A dialogue, حوار between a doctor, بين طبيب, and a smoker. A smoker is someone who smokes. واحد يدخن. Donc, so, هنا we have to use our imagination. So, for example, واحد he wants to stop smoking. واحد حب يحبس الدخان. أو دخل he went to see his doctor and he wants to get some advice. حب يجيب بعد النصائح. And that doctor obviously has to ask him some questions. حيطرح عليه بعض الأسئلة to ask about his health and his daily routines. Okay? And the smoker obviously حيجاوب, he's going to answer the doctor's questions. So in this dialogue, the doctor will probably give him some advice. حيعطي لهم شوية نصائح, بعض النصائح. So over here, we're going to see the correction. So part 1. Alors, the question was, read the text carefully, then answer the questions. So the first question was, is smoking good for your health? In general, is smoking really good for your health? Like, does it benefit us in any way? It doesn't. It only damages our health. It's not good for our health. It's bad for our health. So the answer is no, it isn't. Très bien. The second question, where will tobacco be prohibited? So, هنايا they asked us, where will tobacco be prohibited? وين حيمنعوا التبغ? As mentioned in the text, it is prohibited in public places such as schools, hospitals, and offices. So these were mentioned in the text. And for the third question, they asked us to give a title to the text. So in this text, هضرنا على smoking in general, en général, and where it will be prohibited, and what the government will do to try and reduce the percentage of smokers. So, an example, you can try and give any other title, but for today we're going to use the danger of smoking. Très bien. Amira, yes, smoking and its disadvantages. It's good. It's just the same as danger of smoking. The slow death can also be a title. What else? Smoking and its disadvantages. I really like that one. It's a good title. And then for B, we had read the text carefully, then say if it's true or false. It's not the slow death. Alors, read the text carefully, then say if it's true or false. So we have smoking reduces people's life. Is this statement true or false? So what does smoking reduces people's life mean? Alors ينقص من حياة الإنسان. Is this true or is it false? And smoking is prohibited in Algeria. So the first statement is definitely true. Smoking does reduce people's life. Très bien. And then the second is also true. Smoking is prohibited in Algeria. I don't think that it was actually mentioned, but it's okay. Because they're just it's prohibited in public areas. I think there's a mistake. Anyway. So, for D, find in the text synonyms to the following. So, the first word was for example, and the second is relation. Relation معناتها علاقة. For example, كما نقولوا مثلا. Alors هنايا such as means for example. They have the same meaning. And for B, relation, link. The exact same meaning. For C, find in the text the antonyms to the following. So opposites or antonyms over here. So this can be an example for a synonym. هنايا antonyms has the same meaning as opposites. Alors automatiquement they are synonyms. Just هذه en plus برك. Donc, so find in the text the antonyms to the following. So we have private, معناتها خاص, and to permit, للمنح. So private is opposite of public. Public معناتها عمومي. Private خاص. أفسا something that is private, that is hidden. And to permit, to prohibit. To permit is when you give when you give someone permission. To prohibit is when you take away that permission. So you are تمنعوا something from happening. When we go back to the table, so over here we had the singular and plural. So for the first word, we have life. The plural of life is lives. And let me tell you why we changed the F to a V. So, because we can't say lives. In English, this word doesn't exist. So what we do is we take the F, we replace it with a V, and then we add an S. It's simple. Alors هنايا as well we have authorities. The singular of authorities is authority. Again, هنايا Y. When we have a Y in the plural, when it's in this, when we have a singular form, it's Y. The plural form, the Y always changed to an I-E-S. Always, toujours. Like we say a fly. لما نقولوا الدبانة. A fly can also be a verb. طيران. But a fly, in this case, is an insect. C'est an insect. And the plural form of fly is flies. You see? The Y we changed it to an I-E-S. And for the next word, again, look, as we can كما نقدر نشوفوا هنايا أنا an I-E-S, just as the same as authorities. So over here, it's going to finish, the word is going to finish with a Y. Factory. You see, have you seen the Y? And for the last word, again, we have another Y. Poverty turns into poverties. Très bien. For the next part, we have complete the table correctly. Again, so we had adjectives, comparatives, and superlatives. So first of all, they gave us an adjective. أعطونا an adjective, dangerous. So the comparative of dangerous, so first of all what we do, we always toujours نحسبوا عدد les syllables, like we say dangerous. It's like you can also clap to it. Dangerous. See, has 1, 2, 3. 3 syllables. Dangerous. I'll write it down. toujours تحوسوا على عدد les syllabes. Alors, dangerous. 1, 2, 3. So this is a method, so you always clap to the word. غير في les adjectives. بصح in the comparatives and the superlative, no. ماشي لتما وين نشوفوا the syllables. So in the when you have an adjective, you count the amount of syllables. بعد لتما تشوفوا. هنايا we have a long adjective. So when we have an adjective كي يكون عنا صفة with 3 or more syllables, هذا وش نديرو. So dangerous, more dangerous. Alors هنا we have 1, 2, 3 syllables, and the comparative form of a 3-syllable adjective is more plus the adjective. So we have more plus adjective. The superlative, however, is the most dangerous. You see كما أعطيت لكم الإكزامبل تاع beautiful. Beautiful, more beautiful, the most beautiful. So we had beautiful, which has beautiful, 3 syllables, just the same as dangerous. So we have the comparative form is more plus the adjective, and then the superlative form is the most plus the adjective. هنايا we have, so over here أعطانا the comparative form, better. So what is the adjective of better? So that's the most dangerous. Adjective of better is good. So over here we have an irregular adjective. هنايا on a des cas spécial. هنايا صح, we have, like, I'll give you like funny. هنايا عندنا funny. So we have 2 syllables. 2 syllables. Wait. I'll write it again. ثاني. 1, 2. So, what is a comparative form of a two-syllable adjective? Fun. So again, عندنا له Y that turns into an I. Alors هنايا عندنا the Y turned into I plus ER, which turns into funnier. And then the superlative funny plus EST. So which becomes funniest. But over here we have good, which is un cas spécial, which is a special. It's different from the other adjectives. So over here we have good, better, and then the superlative, the best, and then the others. Old. So over here we had the superlative form, which is the oldest. The adjective is old, and then the comparative is older than, and the superlative, I forgot, in the when I said funny, the comparative is funnier plus than. So we always add a than. I forgot it. And we have the oldest. Moving on. So they asked us to classify these words according to the pronunciation of S. Yes, Aya, I'll go back to writing. So worst. So the adjective is bad. This is another one. Just like good. Bad. Worse. The worst. Over here we have classified these words according to the pronunciation of the final S. We had seconds, countries, prohibits, and kills. So we have S, S, Z, and is. So the first word, seconds. So we can hear the Z at the end. It's like we're pronouncing genre أنا هذاك الأس أنا نطقه Z. Alors seconds, très bien, يجي في Z in the sound Z. Countries. So countries, it's pronounced E. It's like we're saying the IES at the end as an IZ. So no, that's a mistake. And prohibits, we're pronouncing it S. And kills also is Z. So kills, we're pronouncing the S Z. As for written expression, this is just an example. هنايا تقدروا, you're free, obviously. So for this example we have the doctor. Why do you smoke? So he asked him a question. طرح عليه سؤال. So قال له علاش تتكيف? Why do you smoke? And the smoker responded, because I'm addicted. Addicted معناتها مدمن, الإدمان. When someone is addicted to something, it's hard for them to stop. So the smoker is addicted to smoking. المدخن مدمن على التدخين. Again, doctor, how do you know you're addicted? So قال له, how do you know you're addicted? كيفاش عرفت that you are addicted? The smoker responded, because I need to smoke 10 cigarettes a day. That's a lot. So he knew that he was addicted because he was smoking a lot. كان يتكيف بزاف. كان يدخن بزاف. 10 a day is a lot. It's a significant amount. And the doctor asked him another question. So he said, how do you know when you want to smoke a cigarette? سقساه كيفاش عرفت كيفاش تعرف روحك كي تحب تدخن. The smoker said, as soon as I see someone smoking, I need to smoke too. Alors قال, dès que je vois une autre personne يتكيف, يجي هذيك l'envie, he wants to smoke. He feels like he needs to smoke. So he is really addicted to it. So the doctor asked again, I'll read it again for you slowly. Doctor, why do you smoke? Smoker, because I'm addicted. The doctor said, how do you know you're addicted? Smoker, because I need to smoke 10 cigarettes a day. The doctor said, how do you know when you want to smoke a cigarette? The smoker answered, as soon as I see someone smoking, I need to smoke too. The doctor said, he asked him, what happens in your body when you smell coffee? So over here he's asking something else so that he knows what type of advice to give him. He asked him, what happens in your body when you smell coffee? وش يصرى في الجسد ديالك كي تشم رائحة القهوة? The smoker answered, I start making movements with arms and legs. So it's like he starts shaking. So he starts his arms, يديه ورجليه, they start moving, بدأوا يتحركوا, بدأ يرجف. We can say that he starts to shake. And the doctor said, so this is his advice that he gave him. So, well, I see that it's not easy to quit smoking. To quit something is to stop it forever. Not go back to it. When you quit is when you give up. كي تستسلم. Smoking, you should start by decreasing. Again, the word decreasing. We saw it in the text. Decreasing معناتها نقصه. And the antonym of decreasing is to increase. Increase the number of cigarettes you smoke a day. So he told him باش ينقص العدد تاع سجائر اللي يتكيفهم في النهار. And the smoker said, he responded, I hope so. So he really wants to stop. He wants to quit. I hope so. Thank you, doctor. So this is obviously just an example. You are free. You don't have to do this exact dialogue. تقدروا تبدلوا, تقدروا تزيدوا, تقدروا تنقصوا. It's just you have to ما تخرجوش على le thème. Donc هنا قالوا لنا they asked us to write a dialogue between a doctor and a smoker. So تبدأوا تخموا تقولوا okay, a smoker, he has a problem, عنده مشكل. Sûrement, if he went to see a doctor, he wants to stop smoking. So, automatically, the doctor, so he's going to seek advice. حيحوس على نصائح ولا كاش يعطيلو كاش دواء ولا anything to give him some medicine or to give him an alternative, even though they're bad, but still it helps quit smoking. So he went to the doctor to ask for some advice how he can help him to quit smoking. How to quit smoking. So he explained. So first of all, the doctor asked him some questions just to know exactly what advice to give him. Alors سقساه من الأول to know exactly وش يقوله. مش يقدرش direct يقوله يعني en général when you go to see a doctor, the doctor will start asking you questions, some symptoms زعما ديك وش هاكي الأعراض زعما someone feels has a stomach ache عنده ألم في كرشه يروح للطبيب. he explains يشرح له وش هو يحس وتاني الطبيب هذاك يطرح عليه أسئلة. he asks him some questions to know exactly what type of advice or what type of medicine to give him. So over here he asked him, why do you smoke? And the smoker replied, he said that he was addicted, so he knew that he was addicted. So the doctor asked him, سقساه, how do you know كيفاش عرفت that you're addicted? So the smoker said, because I need to smoke 10 cigarettes a day. That's how he knew. And then the doctor asked, how do you know when you want to smoke a cigarette? قال له كيفاش عرفت that you want to smoke a cigarette? So the smoker said, as soon as I see someone smoking, I need to smoke too. So he said, if I want to see it, if I see someone كي يشوف not person holding a cigarette, he automatically needs to smoke. And then he asked him again, what happens in your body when you smell coffee? So he wants to find out if he is addicted to caffeine as well. إذا مدمن القهوة. And the smoker said, I start making movements with arms and legs. So he starts shaking, he starts fidgeting. The word fidgeting means making movements. And the doctor said, well, he sees that it is not easy to quit smoking. So he told him to start by decreasing. This is just a start. He starts by decreasing, and then maybe that will be a start for him, and hopefully he will obviously quit smoking. So the smoker said, I hope so. Thank you, doctor. The doctor replied, you're welcome. So that's it for today. حلينا un sujet تاع BM. Bon, it's not a sujet تاع BM, it's a preparation. So we have talked about the superlative, the comparative and adjectives, obviously, and the final S, the pronunciation of the final S. And we've read a text, and we've obviously answered the questions. And the written expression was a dialogue. So whenever we have a dialogue, we try to imagine, we always imagine نتخيلوا ونحطوا روحتنا in the shoes of the people that are involved in the dialogue. And we start imagining, but you're not supposed to go out of context. نتخرجوش عن الموضوع. تسمى هنا عطاونا موضوع بسيط بينا هندرنا تدخين في النص. تدخين doctor طبيب يعطي نصائح, he gives advice, he tries to help his patient. So that was an example. And always in a dialogue you have to be more realistic. It's not like a written pen and paper, it's not like a letter, it's not like an article, it's like two people speaking, two or more people speaking. Alors هنا في la page Facebook, parce que هنا j'ai répondu que les questions تاع اليوم في البلاتفورم تاعنا تاع ليكول.dz. في la page Facebook, si vous voulez, عندنا un groupe, bien sûr, un groupe. Bon, cliquez sur les groupes. Il y a deux groupes, كاين تاع BM وكاين تاع باك. تما روحوا سقسوا واش حبيتوا وان شاء الله on va répondre. غير ندخلوا que ça soit في l'anglais, في les maths, في كاع لي presque ان شاء الله في كاع les modules. ونجاوبكم إن شاء الله. And again, Likoul by أريد sponsored by Archos, Entertainment Your Way, Vickery, Watches and Jewelry, Aljazairiya One, and Symboys Environment. Et je vous donne rendez-vous avec mon collègue, Monsieur Riyad Malek, le vendredi à, je pense, c'est à 18h30, à 6:30 تاع العشية. عندكم on va traiter un autre sujet. Inch'Allah, ماشي معايا مع Monsieur Riyad Malek. Merci. Ça va?